But yeah, man, it starts with the morning rituals. First thing was that apple cider vinegar, man. Got to get that pumping in the system, and then I got my green tea that I have right after that. Little coffee. Miss Allison, how are you, darling? Happy Valentine's Day. I got to actually talk to her for a quick second last night. That was very cool. We were reminiscing on a story. But yeah, I start with that, and then it's that cold shower right after that. So, and now I got the coffee going in the fuel, feeling good. I'm already starting the day with some good momentum. We've got a beautiful backdrop here. So, those are just good ways. You want to start your day with positivity. I listened to a couple of different podcasts already. I'm a big Jocko Willing fan. He's always got good stuff. And
you've already listened to a couple today.
Yeah, just some briefs, man. Just some shorts. You know what I mean? Just some shorts. Yep. And yeah, Coach Hines, the legendary Coach Hines, had an amazing message yesterday. Like, if you're only reaching out to your loved ones on Valentine's Day, maybe you got a problem. I totally agree, Coach. You can't just tell the people that you love the most on one certain day that you love them. You got to love them every day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, check out this gear right here. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. You see what that says? It says win with win on Wednesday. And cool story, man. One of the neighbors had a buddy over there fishing, and he was just all decked out, in the Georgia gear. And so, of course, I got to go over there and talk to him. He's got his bulldog gear on, and I'm just picking up some debris in the yard, and first thing he says is, Dabo or something like that. And I guess he was the gentleman that had coached at Lakewood too. And I never crossed paths with him for whatever reason. But I said, no, but I do know a guy. Do you know Isaiah Wynn? And he was like, oh man, I definitely know him, man. He was telling me that he met him here in Coquina Key at the dog park. And he was just saying, that he had he always rocked. This gentleman, probably 70 years old, I believe, and he's always rocking his Georgia gear. And yeah, man, he went over there and he knew exactly who it was. He was like, Isaiah, man, I'm just so proud of you. And, he was just amazed. He told me he was amazed that, at the time, it was at the end of Isaiah's junior, not his junior year, but the end of his college career. And how nice he was, and how polite he was. He was like, I couldn't believe that he called me, sir. And I was just like, hey man, that's a good. He's an outstanding young man, and I know his mom has a huge influence. And he actually met his mom one day, and he had said the same thing, and he was like, I was so. So inspired by him. It was so nice for him to call me sir. I couldn't. You just don't hear young people saying that as much or anymore, and he was, his mom was like, yeah, he better have called you sir. That's how I raised my boy and everything. And, that was just a very cool story. And, the gentleman that I was speaking of, the older gentleman, he's actually had a lot of chronic pain lately. He has something called long COVID. I guess it's like a prolonged version. And, unfortunately, he's put on probably 40 pounds is what he was saying. And he just can't move. He used to walk 3 hours, 3 miles a day to coach. I mean, not to coach, but to teach at Manatee for disabled kids. He used to walk every day. Now he can barely get down the stairs and everything. So, with that being said, man, I called the wife over there. We're trying to get him into possibly going to St. Pete Rejuvenate. We told him to do his research. And that's what you need to do. You always need to do your research before you want to, try something that might be out of your comfort zone. You want to research things. Yeah, but I just thought that was such a cool story. That's exactly who Isaiah is, man. He's just a great guy. I give a lot of props to Aram, his big brother. He's always had a big brother there to help mentor him. Aram was a big stud, great football player, but just outstanding young man. And, a lot of times some of the best football players end up being, little brothers because they look up to big brother. I know I have, that my big brother is definitely one of my all-time role models. Shout out to my man, Ben Anderson over in California right now.
Wow.
yeah, it's coming up right now. If you can see it, Coach, it's a beautiful sight, man. Nice and orange.
Mm-hmm. Look at that, man. Sun's coming up in St. Pete.
Yep.
St. Petersburg.
But yeah, exciting stuff.
We got 5 people tuning in. If you got a question, guys, you got a comment, put it in.
Yeah, please, and like us, man. We need your likes. We need to know you like us, what we're saying, and we're gonna love right back on you and everything. But yeah, had a great night last night. I had all my girls. We went to hibachi and just had a blast with it. After that, we even crammed in a little bit of ice cream. Had some gift bags for the girls, and it was so funny. You know, I went and got them all little things. And the biggest thing that was the most impressive is that they all liked socks. They all were excited about socks because I guess none of their socks match. So now they have some new socks that they can go ahead and lose one and mismatch them as well. So it was good stuff.
You know what I do to prevent that from happening?
I want to hear all about it because I'm going to definitely show them the blueprint.
Well, I only buy one type of sock. And it's usually black socks. And I buy like probably over 20 pairs of the same black socks. So it doesn't matter if your socks match or not. Because they're all the same.
That's a great philosophy, man.
Yeah. I learned that when I was umpiring.
Yeah,
white socks don't stay white. And right now I'm just wearing these short Fruit of the Loom black socks.
There you go, man.
Amazon. It's all I wear. That way I never have to match socks. They're all the same.
Hey, man, I like that.
Have you ever heard of anyone else doing this?
Negative, man. You know, you might be a new trendsetter, bro. I like it. I do like that. I could see where.
It kind of takes a lot of the thinking out of it. Hey, Jim Harbaugh, he wears the same pair of pants. He's got like 4 pairs of
khakis,
Dickie khakis from Walmart.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's good stuff. But also, I wanted to tell you that you know, last night, you know, my oldest granddaughter, Sophia, she ended up. We got her a book about a week and a half ago, and she's already read the book. And we got another book, you know, that we put, you know, in her little gift bag. So she's just been knocking out these books. And man, we found out that there's a new Way of the Warrior Kid book, Way of the Warrior Kid number 5. And so as we were leaving, you know, me and the wife, we ordered that for her. And we also ordered Way of the Warrior Kid 4. It's a field manual. So it's a different version, but it's kind of like a blueprint. It shows a lot of interesting pictures, and it gives you kind of like a playbook, man. It's pretty impressive stuff. And I don't know if Totem Pole Nation would like it, but I think if so, man, I would love to get my granddaughter on here to do a little book review.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? And we could ask her some different questions, and you guys could just see, you know, what kind of a rock star that she is.
I think that's a good idea, man.
Cool, man. Yeah,
I totally agree with that. We have a comment from Allison. She said, my husband does. He has all black socks, tall and short. Then you got Heidi. The Way of the Warrior Kid was a hit with my grandson, Mo.
Yeah.
You know Heidi?
Yeah. That's my aunt. Yeah.
There you go.
That's my famous aunt in Richmond, VA. Yeah, man. She's she came down she was able to come down for the our last football game here when the Bucks played the Cowboys. Her and my uncle Timmy, they came down, and they got a house here in Florida now, and I'm just so excited because I'm going to see them more and more. But they're huge Bills fans, man. But when we talked to them, you know, we started talking. I was talking to my uncle, and they've been starting to knock out different bucket list things, man. They went to the Army Navy game, never went there before, had a blast with that. And you know, he said, I always wanted to see Derek Jeter play. And when he said that, I was like,
Well, Uncle, what about the GOAT Tom Brady, man? Did you ever want to see him play? And he was like, oh, absolutely. I was like, well, we'll make it happen. And so it was such a blessing to have those guys come and go to the game with us and everything. And they got an amazing house in Crystal River, which is about, I want to say maybe 60 miles from here, 80 miles at the max. But it's just a gorgeous area over there. I mean, literally where the water is from my house, the water is from their house. But the difference is our water, summertime gets to 90 plus degrees. It's brutal. But there, that river, man, it stays like 70 degrees. So it's the place to go to, during the summertime when you can't find any cold water in the whole state. You know what I mean?
Man.
But yeah, man, I'm glad she's watching. We're trying to set something up. I got another amazing family member that's probably going to come down and check out what we got going on at St. Pete Rejuvenate and everything. So looking forward to that. But yeah, man, everything's awesome. I'm so glad. I love the viewership that we have from our beautiful females. You know what I mean? Like, you got two of my favorites right here. My cousin and my aunt. I mean, what's better than that, right?
Yeah, here you go. Heidi says 72 year round. And Heidi says,
man.
Manatee finds safe haven there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's going to be definitely a place that we're going to be visiting early and often, man. I'm super excited about it. And yeah, man, it's no better feeling than, when you are far away from family and family comes to see you or buys a place not far from you, man. It's such an awesome thing, man. It really is. And
go ahead, Kyle.
The coolest thing about it is she's originally a Florida gal. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's a Florida gal, and it is, man. It's so super cool. And yeah, man, she has two amazing boys and an amazing daughter. And, I could not be more proud of them. I got the boys into wrestling at a young age. They even still got, do you remember the little wrestling buddies?
The thumb things?
No, that's old school, the thumb things. These were like the little pillow guys, but they were, they're all jacked up. Yeah,
I never had one of those.
Yeah, my Uncle Timmy was like, yeah, man, we still got a couple of the Road Warriors. And I was like, well, are they in good condition? He was like, dude, they look like they're right out of the package. I was like, man, this thing is probably worth a fortune now.
Yeah, man. Let me ask you, do you know anything about the guy who played in the Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman?
Man, I know this. I know the guy was going through some unbelievable hardship due to his health and never really let anybody know about it.
Yeah.
And just persevered.
Remind me to talk a little bit about Chadwick Boseman, because I started, yesterday, I've been talking a lot about Rihanna and showing Rihanna's performance of the Super Bowl, but I was listening to that song that she wrote in Black Panther 2 about him. So then I was like, I want to learn more about him. Coach Tatum, morning, guys. If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what would you be doing? I love to do radio. Well, Coach Tatum, that's what's so good about YouTube is you're not just a radio guy now. You're a TV guy. You are an international superstar, Coach Tatum. Yeah. We don't have to wait for the radio to come to us. We bring the radio to us. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a sports commentator. That's what anybody asked me. Well, I want to be on TV. I want to be talking about sports. My dad always tells me, he's like, Troy, you know more than these guys. I mean, we sat there and we finished breaking down the rest of the NFL Super Bowl with our team. But if I was not doing this, I would be a used car salesman. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a used car salesman. That was a joke, Kyle. You're not laughing at all, dude.
No, dude, I'd buy a car from you, man. I'm telling you what. I'd be
a
like,
used car salesman.
I'll buy the car, sir. Just please, leave me alone.
This is the best car ever, man.
Yeah.
I'd be a used car salesman.
Hey, you know what that just made me think about you saying that? You remember that time we went out to Verona one night for a party and the parking was a little questionable, and so we had to move a couple cars. Do you remember that?
No. But how did we move the cars? We pick them up?
We physically moved them, man. I believe it was you, me, Big, Jim Kiefer. Yeah, man. We had
don't be bringing nobody into this. You're using nicknames. And then you use Jim Kiefer, first and last name. He's a teacher at Meadowbrook High School. All right, Jim Kiefer, James Kiefer with the UDY, so you have his full government name. But Coach Tatum, what would I be doing if I wasn't a high school coach? Oh, man. I mean, I've thought about doing a lot of things. I'd probably be making funnel cakes, selling funnel cakes on the side of the road or snow cones. No, man, I really don't know. I would probably – what's that saying? It's William Shakespeare. Jack of all trades, but a master of none. But a jack of all trades is still better than a master of one.
Ooh.
Jack of all trades, but a master of none. But a jack of all trades is better than a master of one.
And that's going to be the title of the first book right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's William Shakespeare. I never knew that was the whole saying. I just thought it was jack of all trades, master of none. Because that's me. Jack of all trades, master of none. And then some other guys this year taught me the rest of it. But a jack of all trades is still better than a master of one. That's William Shakespeare, the GOAT. But Coach Tatum, you would be great in radio. You got a great voice, a lot better than me. You got a great presence on the camera, and you're good. You're really, really good. We're just the low man on the totem pole. We don't even know what we're doing. I don't even know how to set up the camera.
Oh, hey, the first minute we proved it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we weren't even going live.
Yeah.
Like Coach Tatum, you should be on here, not me.
We were just testing you guys to make sure y'all knew if we were on.
It was like that. It was like that Tubu or Tulu commercial where everybody thought they're. Have you seen the dude smashing the TV at the end of the Super Bowl? That is fake.
Yes, that is fake.
That is not real, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is not real. They set that up, but next time I have an opportunity, I'm gonna do the same thing because I mean it's kind of smart.
It is. It got a ton of viewership. I would have even. There's so many other ways you could have set that off. You know what I mean? Like, imagine had he done that and then he grabbed some beers and smacked them and stone cold it. You know what I mean?
Smash the TV over your head after you hit it.
Yeah, and then maybe do a leg drop or something like that. You know what I mean?
Man, the way those people reacted, dude, like.
See, if we do this here, I could start chucking people in the pool. You think that would get some looks, some views?
Yeah.
Just have like battle royal style. Just start chucking people in the pool, man. Just full
throw
on
in the ocean. Yeah, I think it'd be great.
Oh man, a throw into the ocean or something like that. That would be vintage. That would get a lot of viewership without a doubt. But yeah, I heard the same thing, man. I heard it was all.
What would you be doing? Big Daddy Cool. I think Big Daddy Cool would have been a pro wrestler.
Oh, I think I did miss my calling on that. If there was that was the thing growing up in Richmond, it just wasn't like it is down here. There wasn't many schools or anything, or I guess I didn't know how to get into a school. But yeah, I think I did kind of miss my calling in that because I do love that. I don't know, man. I'll probably be somebody working somewhere where I can talk to as many people as possible. You know what I mean? That to me is the most important thing. Just having impacts, man, even if it's just the smallest or just saying hi or just being polite and everything. I think that's really important. And especially the way I believe, people might look at me and view me. I think, I'm probably a guy that looks like somebody. Like if I'm a bank robber and I see me, I'm going to be like, well, let's wait for this guy to leave. You know what I mean? I think I just kind of have a look of somebody that probably you want to wait for him to leave before you do something really ignorant or stupid or crazy. You know what I mean? And with that being said, because of that, I love to smile at people. I love to shake people's hands. I love to give people pats on the back and stuff like that. I think that's important because, some things might look a certain way, but might be completely different.
Have you ever seen Jay-Z talk about this on the Kevin Hart podcast?
I have not. What is he talking about exactly? Like how
he's
people
talking
look
about
and how
like
they
he's
are?
sitting somewhere and like this guy's like gritting on him, like he's like gritting on him. He's like, look, and he says like this dude is like the scariest looking dude he's ever seen, and like the guy's like, and he's like starts approaching Jay-Z. I don't know how you approach Jay-Z, but this is what occurred. The guy's approaching Jay-Z, and the guy's like still like, he's like, man, this dude was like scary looking. Yeah. And then the guy says, hey man, can I get an autograph for my daughter? It was just like, it was totally different than what he had expected. There you go. You got a bald head.
Yeah, absolutely, man. There's something about that. And, I think about like the cyborg.
Let me see the side of your head. So you have a pretty head, man.
Yeah, I caught a bottle back in the day.
I remember that.
At a situation. And so I got a beautiful scar on the back of there. But yeah, man. And I like that. It's kind of like, it's unique. You know what I mean? I kind of earned that thing.
Yes, you did.
But yeah, man, I do. That's super funny how you just said that with the Jay-Z thing. And it makes me think about the Cyborg, man, our guy. Like when he's in the ring, he's the Cyborg. He's one of the baddest dudes on the planet. And check his stuff out, guys, at Real Cyborg. He's all over the place. He's 5-0. But he's a guy, when he's in that ring, he's, one of the baddest men on the planet. But when he's outside of that ring, he's the greatest son. He's the greatest boyfriend. He's an amazing father. He's an amazing teammate. He's such a good dude, and he's always smiling. He's got awesome gear on. He is a rock star, but he is a real man, and he's a man's man. And, he's a guy that went from the American dream to the American nightmare. I mean, from the American nightmare to the American dream. I couldn't be more proud of the guy, but he's a guy too. If you look at him, you might be nervous when you see him, but once you meet him, you're just like, this is the coolest dude in the world. Right?
Yeah, there's some dudes in life you want with you in the back alley. Coach Bald is one of those cats. I've seen Coach Bald. Here's another guy, Jesse Wasaki. These guys could have been pro wrestlers. Coach Bald, definitely. He's got long arms. There you go. Can't judge a book by its cover, but still open the cover with caution. Now that's wisdom.
That's right, man. Without a doubt, man. My TT Heidi, man, she's just such a special lady, man. She's one of these that she'll come in the room and, man, she'll just have everybody laughing, having a good time, and just speaks from the heart, man. Such an amazing soul and vibe. It's always good vibes with her, man. Always in the positive. And I'm not only the bald Coach K, I'm positive K. You know what I mean? And it's because of strong women like that in my life, pushing me to be who I am. But yeah, hey, thank you, Coach Tatum, man. Without a doubt, man, I definitely got your back for life. And yeah, man, I preach, I preach peace because I know a lot of early days were not a whole lot of peace. You know what I mean? And so yeah, man, it's one of those where I'm not as good as I once was, but we can still get there, but I try to always avoid that. You know what I mean? The smart man lives for another day. You know what I mean? I want to keep seeing these right here. I want to see as many of those. If you see that in the morning, you've already won. You've already won. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about winning on Wednesday, and I got my guy Isaiah Wynn right here, man. I can't wait to get my Cyborg gear. That's coming in. I'm gonna have some good Totem Pole Nation gear. We've got to get some some St. Pete Rejuvenate gear as well as Cultivate Wellness, where they're doing a heck of a job. And go see my cousin there, Julia, man. She's beautiful. She's amazing. She'll get you squared away. Whatever products you need, she's the one that can coordinate that and make it happen. Just tell her how you're feeling and let her do the magic. And just give her the credit card and roll on from there. That's who you want to see there, man. We got family working there for you. And, me familiar, you familiar.
If you had to guess where Chadwick Boseman was from, where would you guess? What would you assume? Where would he be from in the world?
Is he American?
And he's actually, I would have thought he was from Africa because of his accent in the movie, or he was from England. This guy was from Anderson, South Carolina.
Wow.
Anderson, South Carolina is a very, very small town. All right. There's a high school there called T.L. Hanna, and he went there and he played basketball. And he also was in theater. But this guy went to Howard University coming out of high school and then went on to teach because he wanted to be a director, went to teach at Harlem Cultural Center, teach acting. And then he met Felicia Rashad, Ahmad Rashad's wife and the mom off the Cosby Show.
Right.
And there was a group of students from Howard University that needed money to attend a summer class at Oxford University in London. I assume it's in London. It's in England. All right. So she went to some of her famous friends, and Denzel Washington had given the money for Chadwick Boseman to go to Oxford University to study acting. And it wasn't until years later that he found out that it was Denzel Washington, and he actually thanked Denzel Washington for doing this. The guy had cancer from 2016 to 2020. He had cancer before he even found out he was going to be a Black Panther. But he had people telling him over the course of his career that he was going to be the Black Panther one day. And that people were sending him comics, like he was seeing Panthers. So it was like he envisioned being the Black Panther before it even happened. But that was just crazy to me that this guy, I never would have assumed was from the country, from the sticks. I mean, the middle of nowhere. We used to call it BFE, Timbuktu. I mean, he's country as they come, Anderson, South Carolina. But you never would have known that. And if it wasn't for Denzel Washington giving that money, he never would have went to that Oxford acting school. Did you know that?
I did not, man. That is some good
story.
Insight. It really is. And these actors, man, that there's some of them are so amazing. I mean, like with Bradley Cooper, he's a guy that I believe was, born on the East Coast. But, if you watch, what was it? American
Sniper.
The Sniper, he sounded like as country boy as could be. He sounded like a Texan, and man, the guy got really big for that movie. If you saw the commercials during the Super Bowl, you could put those pictures side by side. You'd be like, no way, that's the same guy, because he got really jacked to play Chris Kyle, the amazing superhero in that movie, American Sniper. Rest in peace. Rest in paradise.
Yes. So I wanted to say something about Denzel Washington. In 1975, Denzel Washington was a senior in college, and he decided not to finish. So Denzel Washington, the guy who gave money to go, to let Chadwick Boseman go to the Oxford acting school, he's sitting in his mom's beauty shop, and he's sitting in the chair, and he can see through a mirror that there's this old lady staring at him. So like he'd look and he would see her, he'd look down because he was like a senior in college. He had failed out, didn't know what he wanted to do. So he looks in the mirror, he sees her looking at him, he looks down. And then the woman goes, somebody give me a piece of paper. Someone give me a piece of paper. I have a prophecy. And somebody handed her a piece of paper, and he still had the piece of paper. This is on YouTube. You can watch it. He's talking to Oprah Winfrey. She wrote down prophecy and misspelled it, 1975 and the number 28. And 28, he was born on the 28th. His wife was born on the 28th. His first son was born on the 28th. But she said that you will travel the world and speak in front of millions of people. That's what she said. So, I mean, you want to talk about like people in your life seeing something in you that you don't even see for yourself. But this lady was an old church lady, and she was known for having the gift of prophecy. And
wow.
She told him that he didn't really know what it meant at the time. Like, did it mean like I was going to be a preacher, or You know, he became an actor, and he said he even went and talked to his preacher and was like, does this mean like I need to become a preacher? And the guy's like, no, I think you're doing just fine with what you're doing. But like every character that he's ever done, he said he's tried to see the journey in that character and the change. Even in like one of his best movies is Training Day. And he said he wrote on the script when he got the Training Day script, he said the wage of war is sin, or the wage for sin is death. That's what he wrote. The wage of sin is death. And he wrote that on the script. But that's why he played that part. Man, he was good in that part, wasn't he?
Oh man, he's phenomenal in every part, man. I mean, and the other day, I believe you were saying about, that somebody was one of the coaches had Remember the Titans on that they were playing in class. And man, that's just such an amazing story. And I bet you got a lot of good insight on that movie, being, coaching as long as you've been coaching.
Well, you know what? I heard Coach Boone speak at the American Football Coaches Association. And sometimes when you meet your heroes, sometimes they disappoint you. And like after listening to him speak, I was like, man, like Denzel made him seem a lot cooler than he really was. And the more that you study that movie, the more that you realize that it's Disney-fied. And the more that you study that movie, a lot of it is not true. And, there's a lot of stories that, like, golly, I can think of that you don't have to change it. Like, that was not the first year of integration. That school had already been integrated for 3 to 4 years. And when it was integrated, he was an assistant coach, at TC Williams. And now that it's Alexandria City School. But, I mean, there's so much that they changed in that movie. Like, I even knew a guy that coached against him, Coach Holt. He said, Troy, there wasn't no question when those two schools came together if they were going to win the state championship. It was just by how much, or was the other team going to score?
Wow.
I mean, because they were awesome. So it's like, yeah, Denzel, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
That is so neat that he kind of took him under his wing and, gave the funds, to that gentleman. I mean, what an influence, and who else?
He didn't even know. He didn't even know who he was giving it to. He never knew that what he was doing. Yeah, he didn't know. Yeah. He just did it because he thought it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, Isaiah has a scholarship fund that he does over at Lakewood still, man. So it's a pretty awesome thing, man. Giving back is I think what gets you ahead at the end of the day. Sometimes people want to put in the work and not see something right away, man. Some of that stuff you're not going to see right away. You're going to have to. Just look at it like it's in the mail. You know what I mean? When stuff's in the mail, it's coming your way, but it's just not there right now. But you keep kind of sticking to the process, and it's in the mail. You'll see that you're going to hit pay dirt with it. You're going to have that big payday with all that hard work that you're putting in.
What do you know about Inky Johnson? You know Inky?
Oh man, Inky is such an amazing story. I mean, he had a little league coach, come in there one time, and just said, hey, you guys are over here playing. You wanna play football? And he was like, man, of course I do, but they couldn't afford that kind of stuff. And man, that same coach, I believe today still buys them like some socks or shirts or something like that. Still has that influence on them. But yeah, man, Inky was a guy that had an opportunity, from a little league coach that just saw these guys playing, and he helped them, get into a little league program. And the guy was just such an amazing hard worker, and his dream was to make it in the National Football League. And going into his senior year, he had, some scouts talking to him and saying, you've got, pretty much 10 games until you hit your dream. And I believe it was the second game of the season. Later on in the game, he went to go make a tackle, and it was something that completely changed his life. Just probably one of the most horrific, football injuries that you could possibly have. And yeah, man, it changed his life. He was no longer, able to play the game. And, he had some serious moments when he was talking to the doctor. And, the doctor, 1 minute is telling him, he's lucky to be alive, and that he won't won't be able to play the game. And, it's just an amazing story, man. Like the guy, he could have lost his life. That's how, tragic of an injury that he had. But for him, to weather that and still, come out and be able to speak to kids about, sometimes you just meet people in your life that, they'll guide you in the right direction. They'll kind of be your savior. They'll be like an angel. They'll look over you. And it's just an amazing story about how, he had a coach just kind of inspire him. And now, I mean, he's inspiring millions and millions of people. I try to listen to something from him, every week, because you can tell, you can close your eyes and visualize every single thing he's saying. He paints such a beautiful portrait. And yeah, man, I love the guy. He's one of my favorite motivational speakers.
Here's big news. Big news right here. Out of Virginia. That Pharrell Williams is now the creative director for Louis Vuitton. Virginia Beach's own Pharrell Williams. And hopefully we can get Mad Skills. It was just Mad Skills Day in Richmond. And Mad Skills tells the story on Drink Champs when he first met Pharrell Williams. He had some crazy.
Yeah, what was that name, man?
Verb. Something about Verb.
The Verb. Yeah, the Verb King or something like that, dude. It was something. Yeah, man. That was if you guys get a chance, and anybody that likes, anybody that likes music, anybody that likes any kind of music, man, check that out. Mad Skills was on with Noriega on Drink Champs, and it was just an amazing couple of hours just hearing, from him meeting Jay-Z and how much of a legend Jay-Z is, to his beef with Uncle Murder, which is unbelievable, man. And that track that he dropped, oh man, that was just flames. The Murdergram, the clap back to Uncle Murder's, trying to get
take over the wrap up.
Right. Which you can't, and you can't get a man to collab on something you created. You know what I mean? Like it was disrespectful. And the King of VA, man, I mean, I could not be more proud of how he just listened to it. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, it's just verbal destruction. It was just unbelievable. I'm just loading up on some coffee here, Coach.
What do you drink in your coffee?
I put Irish butter in it.
And is that like Irish butter? That's not actual butter. That's like cream.
No. Here we go. We got this right here.
Is it actual butter?
It is.
So you put butter in your coffee?
Yep. I cut like a little slither, just a little slither, and then I'll froth it a little bit. Yeah, pure Irish butter, 2 sticks. And it's Kerrygold.
So who taught you that? Where did you learn that?
It's just one of many of my crazy tricks of my trade, man. I think, it helps with the keto diet. There's something with the keto that it kind of infuses. I think it just tastes, I don't know, man. It's one of these tastes where you just can't, you just can't live without it once you do it.
What if you just use regular butter? Would there be a difference? What is it about Irish butter?
I have no idea. I just tried it and I said, this is how I'm going to roll. Yeah. Just, some things you just don't question, you know what I mean? And that's kind of how it was with this Irish butter.
Yeah, I didn't know what you meant when you meant Irish butter. I was like, is this like some type of cream? Like what? I've never heard of anyone putting butter in their coffee.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? You do different. You do different stuff, and I think they call it when people do that, they call it bulletproof coffee, I guess. And I don't know. I like
Irish
it.
butter is rich.
I like it. It makes me feel bulletproof. You know what I mean? So anything that can help you out.
Yeah.
But it does, man. I think it kind of gives me the edge. And I mean, look at that, man. Who doesn't want some of that? Doesn't that look amazing?
Yeah.
But it is. It's
So
it's
what kind of cup you got there? Is that like a?
Oh, that's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Okay, gotcha. I thought that was like a paper cup from like 7-Eleven or something. It looks kind of like a 7-Eleven cup.
No. But
y'all still have 7-Elevens in Florida?
Oh, of course. Yeah. And that's the thing. You only know the storms are bad when Waffle House closes down. That's when you're getting the mother of hurricanes or storms. Okay. So Waffle House, 7-Eleven will shut down. Waffle House will not. If a Waffle House shuts down, get out of Florida. Get out of Florida. That's
when you go to Waffle House, what is your favorite thing to eat?
Oh, without a doubt, man. It's always the all-star. You know,
so whatever the all-star is, that's what you're getting.
The all-star combo. Yeah, and the funny thing about it is you'll get the all-star. I call it the all-American. And that next morning, man, you will not feel like an all-star. You will feel like you can't even make the freshman team. You feel junior varsity. Yeah, man, you feel terrible. But at night when you're having it at that moment, it's one of the best things you could possibly have.
So yeah. Do you get the taters? What do you get?
The smothered and covered?
Done?
No, with that, you're getting a waffle. You're getting your meat, which, you know, sausage patty, bacon, and you're getting eggs, and then you're getting a hash brown.
Yeah, I like the hash browns.
You can upgrade. You get them smothered and covered, however you want. You know,
I
gravy.
like them fried crunchy.
There you go. I always like whenever I'm doing a big breakfast, and I don't do breakfast very often, but when I do a big breakfast, man, I like to get, like, you know, all that good stuff I just mentioned, but I gotta have some gravy and some biscuits on the side or something like that too. You know what I mean?
I like biscuits and gravy.
You do that, man, you work all day. You know what I mean? You eat a meal like that, you can work all day.
So when you go to the Japanese steakhouse, what do you order?
I think it was like, they called it the sumo combo, but it had it was steak, chicken, shrimp, and lobster.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Lobster and shrimp.
It was so funny, man. The guy, he's got the whole thing, and he's just super awesome. And he makes a heart with all of the rice and everything.
Yeah.
And my granddaughter, she's so smart. We only go there on Valentine's Day, so it was exactly a year ago. And she's calling out everything he's doing. She's like, he's going to do this. He's going to do this. He's going to do the, you know, they do the pyramid with the onion. They light it. And she's naming all this stuff. And then he gets to that part, and he has it kind of looking like a heart. He's like, "What is this?" And she's like, "It's a heart." He was like, "No, it's stir fry." It was great, man. The whole table was just rolling. You know.
Have you ever seen what sumo really eat?
No, I have not. I could imagine it's probably a lot.
They take all this stuff, protein, vegetables, and they make like a broth, a stew, a soup.
Just drink it.
They eat it. They drink it. It's all they ever do. Let me see if I can't find something where we don't have a copyright violation.
Throw that picture up there so I can show how beautiful all the ladies were with me last night, if you could.
I have it on my phone.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man, that's yeah, man, those sumo guys, I'm telling you what, if you're looking for a good offensive lineman, man, those guys make the best offensive linemen. You know, the way they are already good and squatted, and they just fire off, man, you know.
Yeah. Coach from UNC wants to know, can you do Friday at 8 a.m. with Coach Lindsay? That means I'll only have 30 minutes with him, right?
Yeah, why not? we'll do a quick podcast on Friday. Get that ball rolling. TGIF. The grind includes Friday. But
Hold
yeah,
on,
man.
No. Because I ain't got my class don't start till 9:30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're winning here with Wednesday. We got a lot of momentum. You guys are halfway there. 2 more days to the weekend.
And
Coach
Hutch is back.
Oh, good.
Coach Hutch was under the weather.
Good.
But Coach Hutch is back. He just texted me, was I in my room?
Good, man.
I told him I'm in the studio.
We need him. We need him.
Here you go.
Been saying my prayers. I've been taking vitamins for Coach Hutch. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. There it is, guys. There he is. Tune into that, man. That is a lucky guy right there. 4 amazing women and me. Could not be more happy. And I'll post that underneath this video on Twitter as well, so you guys can see that. But yeah, man, super happy. We didn't get my daughter Kathy there last year, so this year we made up for it, and just had a blast, man. Just had a blast. The whole thing was just amazing, and yeah, every time we hang out with them guys, we're like, look, we gotta go see those guys more often, or have them over here. You know, I can't wait till the weather gets a little bit better, because the pool is cold, but it won't be cold much longer. Look at this one right here. That's the baby. See this? Whoa. See this one?
Yeah.
Well, that is a good dog, man. She had a good Valentine's Day dinner too, man. We threw some chicken in her food last night. And yeah, she'll be pooping bricks here any minute.
When she goes in the backyard, do y'all have to pick it up and throw it in the water, or what y'all do?
Yeah, we got a process that I do. You know, yeah, I got a nice little kind of it's like a mini rake, you know. And so yeah, man, we just
you just rake it onto the rake and then just throw it right in the water.
Well,
throw it in the ocean.
I mean, no, I don't throw it in the pool. Yeah. It sometimes ends up hitting the ocean. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but I always throw leftover food in the ocean. That's why we got such huge tarpon and snook just hanging around my dock. They love that green light. You know, at nighttime, there's a green light under my dock, so you can see down there and everything. And man, they are some monsters just hanging out there.
They're just waiting to grub.
Yeah, just don't come fish. You know, if you come fish under my dock, just do not knock my lights or mess with my lights, please, because they are very expensive, and to get the electrical stuff down there, it's very difficult. So yeah, please do not mess with my wires down there. And yeah, if you catch any bubbas or anything, man, we'll just split 50-50 if that's cool.
What is a bubba?
Bubba, man, big fish, big fish. Yeah, man, the Bubba fish, man. That's the one that everybody wants to take that picture with, and everybody wants to have that. The Bubba.
In fish stories, does the fish always get bigger as the years go along?
That is a good question, man. I guess it depends on, how much they're, like us, man. How much are you dieting? How much are you exercising? And how much are you sleeping?
But I'm saying, like, when you're telling the fish story, as the years go on, you caught the fish, does it always get bigger?
Oh, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. That's like with, I think it was, I don't know who it was, but there was a lineman at Bird that would tell a story, and I think it started with him having like maybe 2.5 crush blocks, but you talk to him 10 years later and he had like 11 or 12.
Yeah. So you basically, the story always gets better.
It does, man. Yeah, it does. I think you just add new insight. And man, I got to get my wife on here, dude. We had this one vacation we went on, and she just had this situation at a resort, and I'm gonna have her on to tell it. It's just so funny, man. Just such funny stuff. And I'm just going to leave you guys kind of giddy for that. But also, since we're talking about it, and it just hit my mind, man, we're going to have Coach Chinchar on tonight. Jesse Chinchar, rock star head coach at Clearwater Academy International. And this guy's just an amazing story. Him, and he's got an amazing staff over there too. But him and one of his best friends were on the original 6-man team. They played 6-man football there. They were just like, look, we got to have football. We got to have football. They went from flag football to getting them in pads to only have 6 guys, and then 6-man teams to 8-man teams to now they're playing 11-man football. And these guys are loaded, and the talent they get internationally is amazing. They've got guys all on Power 5 programs. He's literally putting, almost double-digit guys to really good football programs on a yearly basis now, man. But to see and to hear, how they've been able to go from 6-man to 11-man.
So how'd you meet him?
You know what? I've just been following his stuff for a long time, following, their OL coach, because I just gravitate toward the OL guys. You know what I mean? It's something about that brotherhood that I always want to be a part of. And yeah, man, I just shot him a message. We've been doing what we've been doing, and I think he'd be a great asset. And, the guy, he's like how we're trying to help change people's lives and make champions for life. This guy's doing it, but he's doing it on an international level. And what do you do when you get your game good, and you're running the states? You go bigger, man. You go international, man. So we're gonna have international icon, man. Coach
icon.
Yes, dude. This coach is amazing. He's got guys, and we're gonna go through where he's getting guys from. He's got guys from Canada, Germany, Italy. It's we're getting a rock star opportunity here with Coach, and I could not be more proud of what they're doing. I want to see if they'll let me come over for a practice, just because I've never heard of anything like that. I want to know if they have to have translators there or what's going on. How do you speak to some of these guys? You know what I mean? Like, you got guys from all over, speak different languages.
Yeah, I think most of the guys speak English probably. That come here.
I would
enough to play football, just like baseball, with these guys.
Yeah, very true, man. Very true.
They speak the international language of football.
Right. But now, man, this guy, they just have a loaded their schedule is loaded. And their schedule is loaded, man. They play Venice High School, which is down.
They play St. Thomas,
which is down south. They haven't played St. Thomas. They played Lakeland this past year. They went to they played a team Collier, I believe, in Georgia, powerhouse. They played some big time programs, and it's super impressive, how the growth of this thing. If you can grow from 6-man to being a powerhouse in the state of Florida, you've got some knowledge that I want to get and pass along. And so yeah, man, I'm super excited about that. Man. That's going to be at 6:30. And the guy, man, he's a young guy, man. He's a young guy with just a ton of knowledge. So it's going to be amazing. And yeah, man, I just want to go over there and check out a practice and see how those guys are doing, because they've got some unbelievable monsters, some specimens over there, and they're just doing the right thing. They're doing it right. They're making guys champions for life on an international level, and that's super impressive. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting, man.
Yeah, man.
All right,
without
Coach,
a doubt.
Tell us about St. Pete Rejuvenate and Cultivate Wellness, our 2 sponsors.
Without a doubt, guys, health is wealth. We're living in times where, doctors don't really give, critical advice. A lot of times they'll just put you on, medicine because they don't want to maybe hurt your feelings or tell you what's really best for you. They just want to give you medicine or pills and stuff like that are probably not the most healthy or beneficial for you, or will, get you out of the problem that you're in. So, you need to look outside of the box, and, health is wealth. Check out Cultivate Wellness. A beautiful cousin Julia works there. She'll take good care of you. Just tell her your ailments, and if she's not there, tell the next person. They're here for you. But tell them what you're looking for. They have chews, they have drinks, they have topicals. There's just many different variations that they can help you with. And, even for your dogs, if your dogs are suffering from, anxiety or PTSD, or they're scared of lightning and thunder and stuff like that, fireworks, get them what they need to get better. And, also, as far as St. Pete Rejuvenate, we're a whole different breed over here. You just come to us, give us a call. You'll talk to Barbara, and she'll set you up right away. They do things from where you can get your Botox done, your fillers. That's an amazing benefit there. We also have ketamine infusion, which is unbelievable. It's changing people's lives. People are able to get off of very addictive prescription medicines, that they're having, just mental pain, mental anguish. They're able to get off of these medicines for the rest of their lives, off of this treatment. And so, give them a call. Check out all the products that are there as well. They've got a lot of impressive things that's, going to help you live a better life. And, we go through suffering sometimes. Sometimes we just push the envelope too much of how tough we are, or we just grit things out when we don't have to do that. We can get things that'll help us benefit and live our best lives and live strong and, make you excited about waking up every morning and going out and, crushing your day and, being able to get to the weekend and spend time with your family and stuff like that. So yeah, man, just give us a shout on both of them. CultivateWellness.com, stpeterejuvenate.com. And Totem Pole Nation, man, thank you guys for this opportunity. Have a great Wednesday. Win on Wednesday. We're it's all downhill from here. We're getting close to the weekend, first weekend without any football. So going to be exciting. But there is, I believe, USFL or XFL this weekend, Coach.
I think USFL.
Yeah. So for all you football junkies like us.
No, I could be wrong. It might be XFL.
Yeah, for all you football junkies like us, we're going to keep an eye on it as well. Yep. But yeah, man, Coach, what else you got?
Both of them's in the spring.
Yeah, I think it is USFL. Yeah, I believe you're right. I think I saw something on that, yesterday. But yeah, check us out later on today, 6:30. We're going to have Coach in from Powerhouse. That's going to be awesome. And yeah, man, besides that, I can't wait till we do this again tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll check y'all later.
Have a great one, guys.